Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
Nah, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Holy hell, here we are, folks. I'm back, you're back. Couple of hacks. What was that song? Remember that song?
Back, Jack, do it again. That one?
No. Oh. Gack, 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 gack. No, that's Billy Joel.
Who needs a house out in Hackensack?
Yickety yak, don't talk back.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one.
Take out the papers and the trash. Or you don't get no spending cash. Yakety yak, don't talk back.
Those were big. Remember as a kid, you would go all day doing those.
Yeah, that was Stand By Me soundtrack, Mailbox Baseball, the whole thing.
Right,
Kiefer
right.
Sutherland. Boy,
Yeah.
is he hot.
You think?
Oh, my God. Well, I've told the story before, I think.
Kiefer.
What do you think, Donald's hot?
No, I don't think either of them are that hot. I think Kiefer is a little more put together. He's got a coif and a suit on. But...
Kiefer's hot. I've had this conversation
Really?
before. I talked about this, I think, on Bonfire, but no one listens to that garbage. I was on.
Crackle.
Did the first Riot Festival, I think it's called, in L.A. Yeah, L.A. Riot. Oh, I just put that together.
Oh, you didn't know
L.A.
that?
Riots.
It's kind of like every kiss begins with K. One day you go, ah.
Yeah, but L.A. Riots, isn't that a...
Negative?
Yeah, I mean, aren't we maybe a festival after a horrific time in a history or whatever?
Black beating, Rodney King.
Korea town.
Oh, yeah, those Koreans get up there with the elephant gun and
They,
start shooting
they didn't fuck around.
No, Koreans don't fuck with people.
Well, I think they got the North Korea thing.
It's in the blood.
Same with Israel. All these places with a bunch of people around that want to kill them. I guess the blacks here in America, you just start going, no way, sister.
No, I mean, that bodega or 7-Eleven, that's their livelihood. They came here on a bamboo raft, and they go, I'm starting a Quickie Mart, and that's it.
You can't raft from Korea. That's too far.
Wow.
Cuba's
bamboo.
90 miles. Korea's like 7,000 months.
They're a versatile, efficient people. Bamboo is very strong.
That's true. Bamboozled.
Aha. Spike Lee.
Is that a film? Bamboozled?
Yeah, he's black.
That's not a Spike Lee joint,
I
is
believe it is.
I thought Bamboozled was like Catherine Zeta-Jones and the Devil or something. What's that one?
Oh, that's Entrapment.
Isn't there a Catherine Zeta-Jones where she's the devil or she has devil horns? It's called Bedazzled or something.
Oh, no, that's Elizabeth Hurley
What's that one?
with Brendan Fraser. It's called
Yes!
The Devil's in Your Asshole or something.
Yeah.
The Devil in You, Devil's in the Details. I don't know.
The Devil Wears Prada.
No, that's another chick dick
Then there's Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. That's
Oh.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
with Marissa Tomei's boom booms in there.
Yeah, boy, she's a hot number.
Cute G-MILF. I believe she's a grandmother now.
Gmail?
G-MILF.
She's a grandma?
I believe so.
Wow.
Well, she's got to be 78.
No, Tomei, let's see. My Cousin Vinny, we're looking at in the early 90s.
91, 92.
Maybe a little bit late. Yeah, maybe 92, I would say-ish.
Yeah.
And then maybe she was 30 then, and it's coming on 30 years ago. So maybe she's 60.
60, I'd go 60 plus.
I'll say between 59 and 61.
She's not a Ute.
No, she's no Ute.
The two Utes, they were.
Clothes. I don't understand the question.
She was so hot in that. I had a mini little boy boner during that movie.
Hell yeah. But anyways, I was at the L.A. Riot Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And then we all went to a bar in downtown L.A., and we're hanging out, and the after party's there, and the Emmys were that night, or the Tonys, some bullshit. Tonys are here, so it must have been the Emmys. And Kiefer Sutherland showed up in his tux, and he's playing pool, billiards.
I was with you.
Were you there?
Yes, I remember him showing up and playing pool at some downtown bar.
Yeah, downtown bar. He's playing pool. He's got his jacket off. He's got suspenders.
Oh, that's hot.
And he's smoking a cigarette. And I don't think he could smoke indoors at that point.
If you're hot enough.
And he was like running the table. And pool is a sexy sport.
You're bending over.
He had the knees bent and his ass out. And I was drinking in these days. And I was looking at his ass and his face.
Sure.
And he kept the cigarette in his mouth like this. And he kept calling his shots. He had the bow tie loosened and the suspenders, and he'd point over here with the cigarette, and then he'd just nail it. And there's all these guys like, woo, like around him, following him, you know.
Alpha.
And the thing that was crazy was that it all became a package of sexy.
Sure.
And the Emmys or whatever were still on the TV.
Oh, boy.
So he did his thing and left.
Oh.
And they're over in Hollywood now. Downtown LA is nowhere near the scene.
No
so
scene.
Downtown LA
Skid
then
Row.
is garbage. Now it's becoming hip again or whatever,
Sure.
or maybe not again, but now. But it's still Skid Row and hip. But this guy had the tux and the 5 o'clock shadow, and he bailed on the show to come play pool in a bar. And man, I was fucking hard as a rock.
Well, when you put it all that jizz in the gumbo, it gets a lot hotter. Now I didn't know about the Emmys and the coming over and the tux, and I think I was in a blackout by this point, but I remember him bending over and thinking about his asshole.
Yeah, it was something. I mean, I could pull up some photos here. I wish we had Shelby, but maybe on the YouTube we can stick a sexy, but he's a sexy guy.
Maybe sexy, but you went handsome out of the gate, I
think he's handsome. Let me pull up a photo.
All right, pull up a photo, because I don't know if he's handsome traditionally.
Well, now he's a little doughy and puffy, because I think he's a boozer or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's got a puff to him.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd say he's hot.
And I don't think he's been on TV in 8 years, since 24, so I don't know what he's doing these days. I think he's just eating himself to death. Look at that. Come on. That looks like your landlord.
This is pup, but look at right here. Come on.
All right. Well, that's a 38-year-old photo.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look at that. Can we zoom in on this? Do we have
There you
a shot of that? I don't know. This is on the YouTube, folks. That's
black
hot.
and white. He's got a hair gel going. I don't know. I feel like you're reaching here.
He's got a squoof. Look at that.
Oh, no. He looks like a country western douche.
Well, he's been in Young Guns, too.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, either way.
He's hot. I mean, who do you like?
Who do I like? You know who I like is that Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
He's hot.
He's something. I got eyes for him.
He's like 5'1", though, I hear.
I met him one time. He was at the Louis show at the Garden. He was wearing a Star Wars hat, which I found off-putting.
Oh, nerd alert.
I don't know if it's more embarrassing or less embarrassing that he's in the film.
I think more. Like, you really need to have the Star Wars advertising. I think they're doing all right.
Yeah, it's a little embarrassing.
It's like the Beach Boys singer. He wears a Beach Boys hat.
Ooh.
And you're like, what are you doing? I mean, it's one thing to wear the T-shirt of the concert, but you're in the concert.
Yeah, if he wore a Full House shirt, maybe, but Stamos.
Yeah,
I saw Stamos with Brian Wilson one time.
He's a guy we could both agree would go down on.
Oh, yeah, I'd suck his dick and eat his pussy at the same time.
Get that Greek yogurt out of that schlong.
Yeah, I'd lift those balls and put my tongue right in his asshole. But anyways,
yeah,
I don't even know what started this whole thing. Kiefer. LA. Queefer.
Where's that one been?
Well, it's good to be here. This is a weird one because this is our second one this week, and it's evening time. This is like, it feels late. It's dark out there. And
right. I'm on no sleep.
I slept okay. Well, I've been PMing. I've been doing a PM party, and I know I should be taking Benadryl instead. A lot of people, I appreciate the concern.
Sure.
A lot of people say the active ingredient in PM is the Benadryl, so you don't need the liver damage.
Right,
but,
right.
That's a whole different bottle. You got to go buy another bottle.
Also, that liver is quite resil. They're like Koreans. They can really take a beating.
Yeah, I really think one Tylenol PM cannot be worse than 4 beers.
No,
it's probably the equivalent of 1 beer.
Yeah, when you're combining the two, which I used to do to go to bed after a long bender, that's bad news.
Yeah, well, I used to take Vicodin and 75 drinks, so my liver damage has been done. This is like nothing.
Yeah, your liver's all right. I mean, think about like a Burt Kreischer. He's still going. That liver can do a lot.
Yeah, I think I remember this is one for Tuesdays with Facts, but I believe the liver is an organ, a resilient organ. It makes a comeback.
Yes.
It rejuvenates.
Aha, it's like Madonna. It reinvents.
Yeah, but she's about done rejuvenating. That face
That's
is
true.
yucky.
She ain't a virgin.
It hasn't had a hit since, I don't know, 93 or something.
Yeah, like a prayer. That's my favorite song of hers.
I like that one.
Take me there. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Oh, yeah.
I like a lot of them.
I think
True Blue, Holiday, all
I
that
don't
shit.
think Prince's his hits are that good when you really look at them.
I was never a Prince guy. I think we might have talked about this recently.
Oh, shit.
I was not into the Prince scene, and it blew my mind when like Pete Townsend was like, he's a genius. I was like, he is? I had to go back.
I think he's a talent. I think he's a good musician, but I think his hits are just kind of easy and cheesy.
Yeah, Diamonds and Pearls sucks.
Yeah, and Raspberry Beret. It's very blah and simple.
I like 1999. Purple Rain is fun. Some of the stuff is
Purple-
great,
yeah,
but
all right.
it's not my cup.
No, same. Not my cup of jizz. But he was a cute guy, and he had a great ass. I think he was mixed.
Biracial?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He's not straight black.
I don't know if he's a straight black.
He's gay black, I think.
Yeah, he's a flat black. I don't know if he's full black.
He looks like, you know what he looks like? He's the color of like when your mother made the chocolate milk and you're like, this is way off. You
Not
got to
enough
put
chocolate.
6 more squirts in
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Because they tried to conserve, because they were buying the squirts.
Right.
So
And-
my mother would be like, I made you some chocolate milk. And I'm like, this is Prince. You got to go get me Michael Jackson 78.
Yeah, give me Blood Diamond.
I want Minute Bowl.
Right.
You know? I want to
Right.
fucking feel high after this.
Oh, yeah. What's that ugly guy? That super black guy with the bulging white eyes. He's always a bad guy.
Oh, the Meeps and the Sweeps? The comedian
No,
guy?
no. He's fat, ugly. Oh, shit. Oh, he's in Predator.
Predator. Carl Weathers?
No, the other guy. The other black guy.
Bulging, ugly
he's
black
a character
guy.
actor. He's never the big hit. But, man, is he
Sam
black.
Jackson, Morgan Freeman,
No, Predator.
Idris Elba,
No, he's hot.
Denzel.
No, I would have known that one.
Well-
He's not in Predator.
That's all the black actors.
All right.
Who was the other one? Cuba Gooding Jr.
God, Tuesdays with Anal. Colin Shelby. Colin, you'd know him if you saw him. Ugly guy, hideous man, big, fat face and lip and eyeball.
What else is he in? Just one eyeball?
A couple. I got to pull him up now.
pair
You pulled
of
up a
eyeballs.
queefer. I got to pull up a.
We
this
got to
guy.
get a producer back here. Shelby, you
Oh,
got to
yeah.
drag your old bones down here and help us out,
Black.
for God's sakes.
Black guy, Predator, ugly, black.
You got to get Cosby. Black Guy Predator. It's gonna be Cosby on Time Magazine.
That's a zing right there. Predator. Yeah. Up. All right. R.
the-
Kelly.
The people are screaming at the
Nobody knows this
at
guy's
screens
name.
right now.
I guess I'll put ugly because it's going to be all Carl Weathers, who's a very handsome guy. Remember that handshake with the guns? The muscle?
Oh yeah. Well,
Woo!
running on the beach, the slow motion thing that didn't really make sense to train for a fight, but that was, you could jerk off to that too.
I don't know if that's going to work with that shit.
Just look up Predator and then hit cast.
Oh, good call. I put ugly black.
Yeah, that's. I mean, there's, whatever.
It's all Danny Glove because he was in 2. There he is!
Who
Oh
is
my
it?
God, it was the first one. That guy.
Oh yeah, he is ugly. He looks like Pennywise.
Yes!
He's
he
Black
does.
Pennywise.
He is. He's
Wow, what's his name? There's got to be a name down there.
Shit. Mac Elliott.
Mac Elliott. There you go, folks.
Wait, maybe Bill Duke? Hold on.
Bill Duke sounds like a poop. That sounds like a character. I bet Mac Elliott's his actor name and Bill Duke is his.
Right. What the hell's this guy's name? Where are they now? Shit.
Where
Give me
were
a
they
name.
then?
Give me a name. God. I think that says Mac
You
Elliott.
know what you can do? You can do that reverse Google. You know about that?
No. What's that? Sounds like a sex move.
So you can take a photo. This is how you figure out if you're being used as a thing, as a
GIF?
No, when they use you as a troll. What do they call that thing with the linebacker from Notre Dame,
Rapist.
the Hawaiian guy?
Samoan?
Catfish. People use your picture to catfish.
Catfish.
You can take an image if you on your you can't do it on your phone, but on your laptop computer. Someone told me this. You can take an image and drag it into the Google bar, and it'll show you where that picture came from.
Aha.
So you take your photo and stick it in the Google thing, and it'll come up somehow or something
Right.
like that. Someone can fix this.
Okay. It's Bill Duke.
Bill Duke.
Look him up.
That away, Dookie Bill.
That guy's looks like a mic stand. He is pretty dark.
Yeah, what's his middle name? Looks like a...
There you go.
Bill looks like a Duke.
Aha. Duke
And-
of Earl.
And what's his extended last name? I took?
Bill
Bill looks like a Duke I took? All right. That was... we'll edit that out. That
Maybe
was horrible.
his last name's got an E. Duke E.
Dookie.
All right.
Great album.
Decent album, yeah.
Decent. I love that album.
I do too. First
All
album ever.
right, let's get into it. Let's suck each other's dicks and see who comes. you know?
All right. I think we both will if we do it right.
But what would you... That must be weird for 69ing with another guy, because one of you has to blow a hot load first.
Oh, yeah. And then you're getting it right down the tailpipe.
You okay?
Sorry, I got some semen.
Yeah, reflux.
That's the thing about. I don't know how you feel about beaches, but
I enjoy them.
But do you get off usually?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Well, it takes some time. Well, I don't want to get too graphic because I have a wife, of course. But I feel bad because in regular conversation, my wife has put it out there that she does not enjoy giving a BJ. She's, you know.
I think that's pretty standard.
So I think some love it. Well, this is one of the things that her and I argue about.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling her, I'm like, I've dated girls that loved sucking dick. And she's
Yeah.
like, no, they just want to be liked. And I'm like,
Right.
well, how do you explain me? I love eating pussy.
Uh-huh.
And I don't care if you like me or not. I just want to eat your pussy.
And also, you have more experience with getting your dick sucked.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't like. I'm like,
she's
what do you know?
never had it.
Yeah. Well, she's got friends she can talk to,
That's true.
but she does have friends that enjoy sucking dick. But she doesn't believe them. She doesn't believe all women.
Uh-huh.
But
Hashtag.
I think some women love
Hashtag.
S&D, but she doesn't. So it is in my mind that you're like, oh, I know you hate this. That takes the enjoyment out of it for me
Right.
quite a bit. But we're there for a reason. You
Yeah.
You got to nut, but it's not happening often because we're married, and again, this feels too personal, of course.
Well.
But in the past, pre-marriage, I'll talk openly. I
All right.
loved a good dick suck.
Sure.
But in my Paxil years, of course, it was
Uh-huh.
hard.
Yeah, that was hard.
It was hard, but it wouldn't come. But there was a lot of like in the middle of the BJ, I'd stop and rifle it, jerk it off, and
Yeah.
just have her face, stay close.
Same.
So, but then
Yeah.
you got to worry about fucking rabbit punching her in the face.
Ooh, yeah, you don't want to slip off the lotion dong there and knock her in the honker.
Yeah, which has happened, of course.
Oh yeah. Then you get the old strawberry shortcake.
Mm-hmm.
But my gal, and you want to go personal, I don't know if she likes BJ's, doesn't like BJ's. I think she's neutral bead. She's like Switzerland with an oral, and she gets real wet while blowing.
That's amazing.
I
That's
know.
hot.
It's the best of both because I'm getting a bead, she's getting moisturized, and then we knock it out.
Well, that's how I feel with eating a puss. Like I'm hard as a rock in there, and then you flip her over, eat her up from like eating a girl up from behind. My dick's never been harder.
Oh, that's amazing.
Especially if they're into it. I mean, most of the time they're not into it. They're just
Right.
bored. But if they're into it, that's extra hot. So you're
Yeah.
probably into it when you're getting blown, and then she likes that.
There you go.
Some women find it empowering.
I think some women find it empowering, and I think some women like. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of admitting on this, but I think some women like to be a little degraded.
Certainly.
So they're on their knees. They got a tutu on and a Black Lives Matter shirt. And you go to town.
I'm a woman that loves being degraded. I
Uh-huh.
want a girl to sit on my I told you last week, the girl would hold my nose shut and say choke on it. And I think about it every day. I'm
Wow.
watching the fucking world news tonight. All I can think about is choking on a puss.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
Tell me later who that was.
All right.
I'm thinking Judy Gold.
That would be a hell of a strangulation.
Yeah, that'd be two tall bird faces really pecking.
Yeah, you don't want that. I feel like I'd have a loose tooth after that.
Yay!
But yeah, so you're kind of implying you don't like a BJ, or you're just not.
No, well, BJ is where I feel like I've become like a lady. Let me explain.
Please.
Girls are like, yeah, whatever, sex. I've got to be into it. I've got to be in the right mind state to jizz. For me, with sex, I can just pound away and get off. But with a beach, I got to be in the right mindset, much like a woman does with sex.
I'm like that with sex. I feel like I'm more like that than my wife. Like we got 9 vibrators. She chooses her favorite one, whatever
Right.
one's starting that day.
Sure. It's like a
And-
horse race.
Yeah, she sticks it on there. I fuck. She thinks of someone else, and boom, we fuck. I need something. I
Yeah.
gotta be. I'm a stripper, and then she came in. She just broke
Right.
up or whatever.
Yes.
Usually, I'm out of real me is out of town, and I'm fucking the fireman that came over to save the cat, and
Sure.
she was lying about the cat, and so I hold her down and slam one in her.
Yeah, you
I
saved
need.
the
I'm
pussy.
a fantasy guy.
Oh, yeah. See, I feel too silly going, hey, I'm a Puerto Rican today.
Oh, I don't say it. It's
Oh,
all
okay.
up here. It's all in the head.
Oh, so you don't even, she's not even in on it. It's
No.
all in your noggin.
If she watches this, I'm fucked.
Oh, wow.
I don't want her to know I'm Tim the Tool Man.
Whoa. Is she Al Borland? Holy hell, Binford.
She's Wilson. I cover her face with a fence post.
You painted.
Boy, that show stunk.
Oh, it was the #1 show in America for, 6 years.
Tim Allen stinks. He stinks.
He's not great.
I mean, sure, he's a nice guy. He seems like a cool guy. I'd probably love hanging out with him. I hope he never sees this. That would suck.
Oh, he's off on a pile of money fixing a car or something.
I just hate the I just thought it was so silly, and
It was
the
a
duct
hook.
tape bit, and men are pigs.
Don't get into the duct tape bit.
I hate the duct tape bit.
We don't have that kind of time. The only bit of his I remember is his wife's like, "You got to clean the house while I'm gone. I want you to vacuum." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." And his wife come home. She's like, "How come you didn't vacuum?" He goes, "I did." She goes, "Where are the vacuum tracks?" And he goes, "I must have sucked him up." That was his big bit.
Well,
I remember that as a kid going, "Oh, that's something."
Well, I remember the women cut the grass, men mow the lawn.
I don't even get it.
It's just the euphemism or different stay, but you're doing the same activity. It's one of those bits that sounds like a bit, but certainly isn't a bit.
Yeah.
They cut the grass, we mow the lawn.
Right.
We fuck in the ass, they finger the butt, or whatever. It's just like,
Homos fuck in the ass. Gays make love in the ass.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You just changed the speech pattern or
Sure.
whatever.
How about this? So this was fun. Yesterday, I went up to, I saw you yesterday. We had a pleasant little lunch. Surprise
Great
lunch.
Yeah.
That was something.
I'm spontaneous.
All right. Well, no one accused you of not being spontaneous.
Hey, you text, I come.
But,
Again.
well, that's a hell of a formula.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not easy.
I went and did You Know What Dude podcast, which is out right now. I'm sure it was a fun ep. And
You've had quite a week. You've done a couple twos. You did a Legion of Anal, ended on a You Know What Anal.
oh, yeah. Just in this 1 week, I've put out enough to cancel me 10 times over.
Oh, good for you. That's a comic.
Yeah, so, who knows? You always, all these shows, I'm just having a great time. And then as soon as it ends, I'm like, well, that's a problem.
I think that means you did a good job, ironically.
I'd like to think so, but man, oh man. Lewis, Joe, he's like, what if we pulled this and canceled you? I'm like, don't even put it out there for somebody to do this.
And I just picture some coos on the other end going, beep, 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 beep. Oh, he said this, and they make a chart, and they got an Excel spreadsheet. You said chink, gook, spick, jizz, queef. Like, they got all the numbers, and it's all documented. And then I just picture you farting in the wrong direction. They go, here you go. I got a manila folder full of all the shit.
I know. The thing is that there's so many that you just have to be like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
It's too many to whatever.
It's like when they go, hey, I make fun of everybody.
Yeah.
That's that old chicken head.
Yeah, well, that's us, I guess. But anyways, did you know what happened?
Oh, nothing. That thing's pretty hot, that mic.
Oh, is it? Well, should I turn it down? That's why we have the thing.
I don't know how to do it. I think Shelby's got to turn some dials and lick his lips.
We don't know what to do. We heard a rumor that it cut out for a second last week, so now we're...
Precautionary.
So are you hearing me loud and clear?
Yeah, very loud, very clear.
Well, it's hard to do that because then you can hear actual me. Like, I don't know how to test sound when I'm sitting next to you.
Right. You wanna do a share?
No.
All right.
Oh, should I take this one?
Yeah, it's a little intimate. Woo, look at us. We're like a Hispanic couple on the train.
Yeah, I can hear. Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty good.
It's weird.
Do they sound even?
I think so.
Although your hearing, I bet, is better than mine. I got bad ears.
Maybe.
Tubes as a kid.
Oh, yeah, the tubes. We haven't mentioned the tubes in a long time.
Swimmer's ear.
Joey, look at the tubes. This is hard. It feels like I have to listen to the pod now.
Yeah, it sucks.
I don't want to listen to the pod.
Well, take it out.
I'll leave it in for a minute. I'll take it out. I'll put
all
it
right.
in, whatever.
Can't.
It does feel a little intimate to have your ear in my ear.
Oh, this is bananas. I feel like we're a preteen couple who's fingered each other.
But I'm saying your wax is in my wax.
Oh,
we got multiple waxes.
We're waxing poetic. What does that mean?
No idea.
You don't hear waxing with anything else but poetic.
Well, they're waxing down their surfboards.
Well, I'm saying the other waxing philosophically. I think I've heard. Call in if you know about waxing.
Yeah, I don't know anything about wax.
Turtle wax.
Yeah, there's
Ear
the
wax.
and then there's the whoosh wax,
Sex wax.
pussy wax,
Oh, Brazilian.
Brazilian wax. Yes.
Yeah.
Then there's like the wax on stacks. Wax is what they used to call records.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Candle wax. Vagina candle.
Yeah, there's a lot of wax, I guess.
Yeah.
Then you get whacked in the mafia.
Aha, and you whack off.
Yeah.
A lot of wax.
I haven't whacked in a long time.
Oh, I did it before you came, ironically.
Before you came, too.
Uh-huh.
While you were coming.
Yep.
Any farts.
All
I did,
right.
you know what, dude? Great episode. It's up right now. We had a really good time. I really put a fun button on the end of the episode, which is always good to get the last word.
Love a button.
And then I was like, I'm going to go to the Waverly Diner. I had a good episode. I'm dealing with some shit. I said, I'm going to go have a waffle. So I came over to the Waverly Diner, my favorite diner in the wide world, and I said, hey, why don't I hit up old Marcus boy?
2 blocks away.
And you popped right over, and you had 2 scoops of ice cream, and I had a big waffle and a sandwich, I might add.
We really went rock bottom on that one.
Well, here's the thing. I was going to get a bagel English muffin sandwich. Then you got the ice cream, which feels like a waffle.
It's all sugar.
It's just they're both the same thing, but they give you the hot syrup there, and the butter. I smeared that butter. We really went to town over there.
Now, can I ask, you got your waffle without powdered sugar.
Yeah, I don't like the sugar. I don't
What's
like the
wrong
powder.
with the sugar?
I don't like the powder on it. First of all, there's enough sugar.
Sure.
The powder is like a. I like a powdered donut. If I'm eating powder, I'll eat powder, but don't put powder on another thing.
Bad
It's like powder
movie.
on a hot dog or something.
Wait. So you can eat it on a donut, but not on a waffle? A waffle is a donut.
Well, because it's a powdered donut. So that's my thing.
Oh, interesting. So if it was a powdered waffle, you might be into it.
Yeah, I just don't want a sprinkle of powder on my waffle.
This is all mental, you see. Because the powder there is okay, but the powder here is bad.
Well, that's the thing. I like ketchup on a hot dog, but I don't want ketchup on a slice of pizza.
I know.
I like ketchup.
But I feel like a waffle and a donut are eye to eye.
They're similar. One's crispy,
Yeah.
one's a thing. But I like the syrup, and I don't like the powder. I don't need the powder.
All right.
The powder adds nothing. Sometimes I want to put strawberries on there.
Ooh, I like that.
You want a strawberry in your waffle? Hey, get lost.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not for me.
All right.
So I had the one the day before, the waffle.
Damn, 2 days in a row with the waffle?
Yeah, a couple waffles. Well, this is how I live my
Relapse.
life. I eat a thing, and then I'm like, that was good. The next day, I'm like, I was happy yesterday when I did that. I'll do
Right,
that again.
right,
It's,
yeah.
it's
Well.
addiction.
That's what heroin addicts say.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, came over, had a nice lunch with you. We had a nice little talk there. You always got to talk quiet over there, though.
I
There's always a
know.
couple of fruit cups around.
That guy was listening, by the way. The
They're
guy on the
always
laptop.
listening.
I said a few things, and we're very interesting. So he goes, you hear a blurb, and you go, what the hell was that? I want to listen to these queefs.
But you lose track. You
I lose
start
track.
talking volume. I'm a whisperer.
I know, I get passionate.
I'm like Pauly Cicero. I'm covering my mouth and whispering. I'm sending you Morse code across the table.
I know, I'm like Joe Pesci. I'm letting loose these fucking...
I don't want anyone to know that we're comedians. It's
Right.
it's brutal. The day before I was there, I was wearing my Comedy on State hoodie, and the guy some old man came by, and he was like, is that a comedy club? And he's like, do you work there? And I had to be like, no, I just got a friend that works there. Don't worry about it. Get out of here.
Yeah. Yo-ho! What's shaking Tuesdays? This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. God love that Blue Chew. Holy hell, I took one last night, I'm not going to lie to you. And yee doggy. See, when I go on the road, I come back from making money and making yucks, and I get in that Uber from JFK straight to the house, pop a Blue Chew, text the lady, I walk in, she's pantless, bent over, and I penetrate. That Blue Chew is good stuff. It doesn't taste horrible. It's kind of nice, and then like a candy, you pop it in, and I give it a couple minutes, and you're hard as a cholo in East LA. So get on it, folks. It's FDA approved. It's got all the active ingredients. It's prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy. It ships right to your door. And the beauty of Blue Chew, I don't know if anyone else is talking about this, but it comes in this little black package that rips off with one felt swoop. It's a beauty. You don't have to sit there like a condom where you're twisting and tweaking, or a Doritos bag or a Capri Sun pouch. You're in right away. So you don't have to fumble like the goddamn San Francisco. All right, that's a whole nother bag of hammers. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use the special promo code Tuesdays, just $5 for shipping. Come on, that's pretty good. Again, that's BLUE Chew.com. Blue-Chew.com, promo code Tuesdays. Try it free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, faster choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the pod. Got to love the Blue Chew.
But anyways, I went up to therapy, had a nice therapy sesh. But right after I come out, you're always like disheveled there. It's like getting fucked in the ass there.
Sure.
And I come out, and right as I come out, I walk out that door on 72nd Street, and I just hear, "Stop him! Stop him!"
Whoa.
And I'm like, "What?" And it was like Home Alone or like a Jimmy Stewart movie or something. This homeless guy, African American, just painting a photo, but I think he's homeless. He's got all the
photo.
Whatever you do.
Uh-huh.
He's got a bunch of satchels and a big purple winter coat with like the fur on it.
Oh yeah.
And this lady was like, "He's got my coat. He's got my coat. Stop him."
This is out of the 80s.
It's crazy. And he runs across the street and he's got like, coats and newspapers and a couple of Marshall's bags. He's a mess.
Yeah.
And he runs across the street and like everyone's looking and you can see the people that are like, him, like pretending they have to be like, "Is it this one? Because I want to help, but I just want to."
Right.
And it's hard because like you don't know what to do because it's a African American fella,
right.
and you don't want to just tackle the guy and then be like, "Wrong guy," and you're like, "Oh shit, sorry there, Curtis."
And then it's tough because a woman's clothing, it could be a purple coat, but a purple coat could be like some cool black guy.
Yeah,
You never know. You could have the wrong coat guy.
yeah. Blacks are known to wear purple coats and smoke
purple
Cool Mints
suits.
and the whole thing. Yeah,
the whole thing.
So he's running, and everyone's kind of like, "Me?" And I felt good because I'm like, I just came from therapy. I'm out on this.
Right.
I can't be party to this. I just dealt with my dad and the whole thing.
My
So
asshole's bleeding, lady.
yeah, but she was running, but like she's like old and just no offense, but a lady. She was just like, ooh, like couldn't. I'm like, get the jets, baby. Come
Yeah,
on.
well, she's old.
Get those knees up. She wasn't old. She was like, maybe mid-50s. She was probably around Tomei's age.
Oh, wow. All right. Worst tits. But I got to say, there's something, and we all talk about men and women. We're all the same. We're all gay, whatever it is. But you see a lady going through something, and you feel it. It's innate. You go, I got to help this whore, My mom, one time we were putting out the garbage. We had this big backyard when I was a kid, and I was like 8, like, "I'll race you back to the house." And she was like, "All right." And she's just face planted on the dirt. And seeing your fat mom with her red dumb glasses and her dumb and short haircut in the 90s and her dashiki, I was like, "Oh, mother!" I couldn't handle it. I dropped to my knees. I prayed to Allah. I said, "Help this woman." And she was, moms moan when she went, "Boo!" Oh, I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Too much for a young kid.
Well, I had a similar thing with Sarah where she was wearing some kind of pump or whatever, and she turned an ankle and fell, or it was ice. And she thought, she's laughing because she's like, "Oh my God, I'm such an idiot." And I'm like, "Oh my God, are you all right?"
Yes.
And I insulted her because it made her feel stupid. Because she's like, "No, we should laugh. It's funny I fell." But I was like, "Oh my God, are you all right? Should I call a stretcher or
it hurts as a guy. It hits you. That's why like when somebody hits a woman, you kind of just like, whoa.
Well, that I like.
Shakes you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's fun.
It's fun to watch Ray Rice repeat every now and then.
But she was like, it was just kind of this weird, surreal thing. And like everyone stopped. Like the craziest part is it looked like a painting. I looked up and like the whole sidewalk, north and south side of the sidewalk, it all kind of stood there. And then one guy started running after. He was like doing this and like he started running. And then I saw this one older guy like hide behind a car that was like,
what?
Because he was going to pop out.
Oh.
So he did a pop out. But then there was a van double parked. And the thief guy, he's tried to skirt through between the van and the car to kind of like, I don't know where the hell he thought he was going. But then the older guy blocked that little space.
Oh, all right, oldie.
And so the guy ended up just handing the coat over.
What?
Yeah, but then kept walking. Because people were like, "Call the cops, call the police." But I think people don't want to call the police on a guy and whatever.
Black guy, yeah.
So he just walked away. And he's an unfortunate street person or whatever, I guess. But he just kind of walked away, and the lady was like, "Thank you, everybody." Like, she made an announcement. She's like, "Thank you, everybody." And she got her dumb purple coat back.
Now, did he rip it off of her back?
I have no idea what happened. I think maybe she was at a store, and maybe she put it down or something, or she had it in her hand, and he just ripped it from her. I don't know. I missed that. I literally walked out the door, and the first thing I heard, I'm crying, I'm bleeding out of my ass, and I just hear, "Oh, stop him!"
Wow, that's wild.
And it was a fun little scene. It felt like a movie set. It was kind of surreal, but it was exciting.
It's funny to think, though, because I always have these dumb fantasies where I want to save the day and tackle a guy. But when you're seeing it happen, you're like, I'm not touching that guy. The reality hits you.
No, and it's like, if he was physically attacking her, you got to step in or whatever.
Different, yeah.
But you're just like, I don't give a fuck.
I know.
It's not that I don't give a fuck. I feel for her, but it's like, what am I going to do? What if this guy has a knife or a gun or he's crazy or he has AIDS?
Right.
Or, I got the wrong guy. or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or, he's got a buddy that, whatever the fuck, he's in the Bloods.
Also, the coat, when you think about it, I never thought about it before, but a coat for a hobo, I mean, that's up there with like a roof. I mean, that's pretty good. It's freezing outside. It's a fur coat. It's purple. It's sexy.
Well, I'm sure he thinks like the Titanic jewel's in there or something, too. He's going for those, he wants those pockets.
Yeah, the old lady, right.
Yeah, she stunk. But it was pretty spicy, but I was surprised that people did get involved and tried to help. It was pretty good.
That's some fun street justice.
I remember when I was a kid, I was at, there was a Bill Rogers running store in Faneuil Hall. He was like this American runner who would dominate. He won the Boston Marathon like every year, 4 years in a row. Back in the day, like we used to be good. Then these Africans started being like, fuck that.
Sure. They came in and really dominated.
I think this guy was training for the marathon. Grabbed that coat and...
I saw a fight on the train once, and it was this big, tall, I think Hispanic guy, and he had the long hair with the poof. Poof of a ponytail, and big guy, and he was like going nuts on the train, like, I'll fight anybody on this thing, because he was like manhandling his lady a little bit. So every guy was kind of like, oh shit, we all like stood up, like we got to do something here. And this little guy just went like, let's do it, let's go. And they're like on the train, and the little guy swung and hit the middle pole, like it caught him right here. And then the other guy just beat the shit out of him. And then so all these white guys stepped in like, all right, just break it up. Like a lot of breaking it up. And then the tall guy was just like, I'll fight anybody. He's doing like windmills and hitting everybody. And he beat the shit out of everybody. And we all got off the stop, and that was it.
There's nothing worse than the guy who's like, I'll help, and then he gets beat up. Like, that's like the big fear.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. He was little, too.
Yeah, you're just like, I'll help. Like, that happens in hockey a lot. The guy that's like, you hit my teammate, here I come. And he's just like, and they all have to be like, good job, buddy, you tried. Yeah. And you're just like, it's embarrassing.
You're better off, at that point, you're better off not helping and getting away than helping and getting your ass kicked.
Right.
That is a bad look.
But I was a teenager in Faneuil Hall at that Bill Rogers store, and they were yelling, shoplifter, shoplifter, and he was running. It was coming straight at me, and the guy's running full speed, and it's a hallway. It's just me, and they're like, stop that guy. And I was like 15. No, I must have been 18, actually, because I was out of high school, so I was going on the commuter rail by myself, so... Damn it, I was old. I was like an adult male. And he was right here, and I just thought, if I just did this, he would trip so hard, and I fucking pussed out. I couldn't do it. And I had like 2 seconds to make that decision. I was like, here we go. But I just thought, if I tripped him, and what if he got up and was like, I'll remember you. Because my biggest fear in my life is having someone after you.
Oh, you don't want the after.
I mean, Joe Davola, I think about all that shit. Yeah. The idea of a guy, I remember in high school there was a fucking bully. Just the idea of one guy just like, I'll get you.
Oh, yeah. You can't relax. You're always looking over your anal all day long.
Your whole life, it's my biggest fear in life is that thing of like, all right, did you watch the Aaron Hernandez doc?
Yeah, I did.
Amazing, incredible. But that thing when he shot that guy in the face and he lived, and he's like, I'm not ratting him out. I'm going to find and then like Aaron Hernandez had to move and buy cameras. That's my worst fear. I'd rather be a closeted gay football man than have a guy be like, you shot me in the face, I'm going to come get you. You're like, fuck me.
And here's the clinker is... let's say you got some mob guy after you, like some low guy on the mob's like, I'm going to come kill you. You could kill him first, but we're not murderers.
No.
So they're always going to win because we don't have the murder gene.
Right.
So they'll always win. They'll all just shoot you in the face, and you could have shot him first, but you're not a murderer.
I had that moment. I could have tripped him, and I could have saved the day and gotten free sneakers for life or whatever it is, but
sneakers.
The guy's not going to go away for long. He just stole a pair of shoehorns.
Right.
He's going to get out of jail and come and find me, you know?
Right. Well, as a shoplifter myself, there's a part of me that is rooting for the douche, but that trip would have been perfect because you saved the day and you probably get off scot-free.
Yeah, and I could have even been like, I'm so sorry. My foot is long. I got long legs.
You're lanky, yeah. Plantar fasciitis.
I am lanky.
Scot-free. Where's that coming from? Who's Scott and what's free? How's that work?
Yeah, I don't know.
Scotch-free? Scotch tape. I don't know. Scott's in there. It might be a 1T.
Yeah, I don't know about Scot-free. There's no Scott. Maybe there's no Scottish people.
Oh, yeah. Scottish need not apply.
I remember that was one of the lines in a George Carlin book. It's time to give credit where credit's due and admit that Scotch tape is one of the best inventions ever. Something like that. Or it's not getting enough credit. But I do remember, this is another Alan moment, therapy, thinking about the tripping the guy. Sometimes it's perspective, because I felt like a coward after that. I was like, I'm a big coward. That was my moment. I'm a pussy. But I remember, we might have talked about this before too, but he had a guy where one of his patients or whatever was telling him, he's like, I just feel like a pussy because when he was a kid, there was like a bully on his street, so he walked the long way home his whole life. And he's like, that's like the defining moment of my life.
Ooh.
I avoided conflict my whole life. I walked longer than I had to for my entire childhood, and I'm just a big pussy. That's how I perceive myself.
Wait, Alan told you this?
Yes.
That's my story.
But this is...
He's leaking my shit.
no, come on.
All right.
So then Alan said...
That is illegal, by the way.
Well, he didn't say the guy's name
right.
or whatever. I
All
think it would be
right.
illegal if he's like, Ted Bundy came in and said this.
Sure. Well, that you might want to leak.
Well, whoever. Steve Bundy. Some Bundy.
Bud. Al?
But so anyways, the clinker...
Yes, clink me.
Alan says, well, I grew up in the Lower East Side and there was gangs everywhere. And if you avoided the gangs by walking around, you were considered street smart. He's like, so we both did the same thing. My perception of myself is I'm street smart.
Right.
I know the streets and I know how to survive. I'm a survivalist.
Interesting.
And you're looking at yourself as a pussy. We're doing the same thing. So it's all perspective.
Perspective, yes.
So it like changed this guy's whole life. He's like, I'm not a pussy. I'm fucking smart.
Wow.
So maybe I'm just smart for not tripping this fucking thief.
Well, it's that old anal. You got to just go home after. If you had tripped this guy, your life could be completely different. He might have popped you in the nose. You'd have a broken nose with a big hump there, like a big fat heeb, and you never know where you'd be.
Exactly. You got to pick your battles. Hey, folks.
And your nose.
I do that a lot.
I love a nose pick.
Compulsively. I mean, I really love getting in there.
You know what the best nose pick is? Is when you go up, you feel a bug, and you just push it up, and then you pull your finger out, and it's stuck to the finger.
Sticker, yeah.
Oh, the sticker.
I do that. I find my pinky to be my best sticky finger. Because it's small, and you can kind of do half a scoop, so you kind of peel and pull. And when there's nothing better than that moment in life when your pinky has been removed from the nostril, but the booger is still partly in there. So you've found daylight, but the booger's so long it's in and out at the same
that's
time.
rare. That's a gift from the heavens.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's a long boog, and then you pull it out and you give it one of those.
Yep.
And who knows where it goes? That's somebody else's
That's
problem.
the next tenant's job.
You got that right.
A nice big earthworm. I just love ripping it out.
But you ever hit one on the wall, then you find it 7 months later, and you're like, boy, that thing is hard as a rock and about half the size.
Yeah, it's got life.
It dries out. It's like a beef jerky.
Did I tell you one time, this is so brutal. I used to, when I was a kid, I would take shits. I still do occasionally.
Sure.
But I'd
you gotta
take
do it.
I'd take shits, and then right next to the toilet was the sink and whatever the hell. You've been to my house.
Yeah,
my parents'
sink,
house. And
tub.
I'd pick the nose and then just put it right here, right on the thing. And one time my dad, he said 11 words to me my whole life. But I remember he came in and goes, you got to stop putting boogers in the bathroom.
Well, he's got a point.
And I remember just slinking down on the couch and being like, come on, don't bring up my boogers.
Right.
Do it gently. And I think Ron Reynolds was there, and I had to be like, I'm sorry,
not
you piece
Ronnie.
of shit.
Damn.
And
now you're the booger man.
it was so embarrassing, and I had to be like, I don't think that was me. And he's like, I don't think, Deb's putting boogers everywhere.
No. Here's another one that you want to talk about embarrassing. When I was a kid, I started jerking it pretty young, and I would just shoot it on the wall between my bed and the wall. Like I would just shoot it down in that area.
Yeah.
And so when we started moving out, my dad was like, you're slacking. You got to pack your shit up. We are moving out of this house. And I was like, all right. And I never packed. So he came in a huff one day. He's like, God damn it. He's just throwing all my shit in a bunch of boxes. And then he goes, get the other side of the bed. And we just yanked the bed from the wall. And it was just this craters of thick jizz, wax, glue all down the wall. It looked like a stalactites or mites, or it looked like when you go to an Italian restaurant that's been there for 50 years and the candles have melted into like a whole waterfall of wax.
Sure.
That's what it looked like on the wall. And he looked at it and he knew what it was, and I knew what it was, and we never said a word, but he just goes, God.
Yeah.
And then we kept packing.
Yeah, those loads everywhere. I just think about your parents, they go to work, and like my father's like a 40-minute commute. It's just a boring job with the tie all day long, a 40-minute commute back, and you come home and you sit down to take your nice spicy dump, and there's 50 fucking teenager boogers, bloody, yellow, green, and you go, you fucking piece of shit.
I know. What are you doing to me? I'm trying to keep you alive. I'm trying to pay for you and have you be a good citizen, and you're just putting nose goblins all over the goddamn sink.
Not to mention there's cum and there's shit everywhere. My underwear is covered in shit, and my socks are covered in cum, and
I think that's why you beat a kid every now and then. You throw him down a flight of stairs. You put a baby in a dumpster. I think you just need a little outlet every now and then. I gotta get some something back from this, some feedback.
Yeah.
You're killing me. You're ruining my life, so I gotta knock you around every now and then.
Yeah, I wouldn't call me either. I mean, if somebody came to my house and put boogers all over my house every single day, and then later he did the Tonight Show, I might not say congratulations either.
No, I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's a pretty good exchange. This is actually the best therapy session of my life. I don't deserve to get a fucking love from my dad. I put boogers in his bathroom.
Yeah, I think you guys are even.
Yeah,
He doesn't call, and you're flicking boogers in his home that he bought.
Even Steven.
Yeah, well, I one time my dad was like, I was always running late, and he was like, God damn it, and he was helping me put socks on because he's like, you're going too slow, and he was behind me putting a sock on. He's like, lift your leg, and eventually he just goes, ah, and he just threw me down, and I was like a kid, like looking up at him, and he's like, all right, get up. But I get it now. At the time, I was like, my dad's an animal, he's a monster. But I get it. You're putting socks on a kid who won't cooperate. You want to just kick him in the face.
Yep. I got smacked in the face one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, good, solid. Just
Lay it on
bang. And then it was a handprint. I remember there being a handprint on my face.
Was your glasses askew?
I had no glasses back then. That's probably what made me need glasses.
It might
probably
be.
Knocked a cone loose.
Yeah, screwed up your retinas.
But I remember just looking up and being like, what?
Oh, it's a weird feeling, isn't it, when you get smooked?
Well, it's like a betrayal. You're like,
Yes.
what? You hurt me?
I know.
And a big pink handprint, and you're just like, gee whiz. All right, well, I won't talk to you.
Who, your dad?
Yeah, what are we talking about? Yeah, Dad.
I didn't know. Maybe it was Mama Bear.
No, she sat on my face twice, but that was it.
Yeah, that way you asked for that.
But that was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But it was Mother's Day. But
Sure. Well, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
yeah, it is a weird thing where you're like, I thought something, and then you also have that feeling of like, oh wow, you hate me.
Yeah,
Because you don't hit someone you like.
No.
So it puts that thing of like, gee whiz, that's a bummer.
I know. And then you got to live with them and just be around them all the time. And it takes a couple days before you're back.
Oh, certainly.
There's
And
that weird tension.
You go by the hallway, you're kind of like scooching by, like,
yeah.
sorry. And,
And then, like 4 weeks later, you get like oh yeah, sorry about that. All right, we're good.
Nah, I never got that. But
All right.
what can you do?
One time, but see, I was no better because one time I dropped an iron on my dad's arm.
What are you, Kevin McAllister?
Yeah, he was trying to break in. I had to stop him. No, I was fucking around in the kitchen, and my mom had an iron on the table, and I was dicking around. He's like, "Stop dicking around!" And I bumped it, and he was doing something, and the iron fell on his hand, like it just closed on his arm there, and he still got a scar. He brought it up every 10 minutes.
Smash him in the face with an iron.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I get it. It was an accident, Dad.
Yeah, hopefully he's not listening.
No.
Can't imagine.
No, he doesn't know what iTunes is.
Good point. I think I had something else. I think
Do we even ad?
something else happened. Probably.
Oh, shit in my mouth.
We might have to put it in post or
Put it in me.
suck our own dicks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me plug this. Speaking of which, this is an ad for you. Our friend Renan Hirschberg has an album that's out today. I believe it comes out, and it's called All Downhill From Here, I believe is what it's called.
Uh-huh.
And you know Renan, he's hilarious.
Funny guy, good egg. I'm actually doing the album release party show.
Me
I'm
too.
a big fan. Oh, great.
I'll be there. We're going to have fun. But
That
yeah,
guy knows movies, by the way.
Downhill Ever Since. That's what it's called.
Uh-huh.
And it's out right now on iTunes, wherever you get your albums. Renan Hirschberg, Downhill Ever Since. Raanan.
Yes.
Go check it out because he's hilarious and he's legit. We wouldn't tell you to if not.
Funny guy, killer act.
And additionally, Mike Cannon has his special coming out on YouTube. Mike Cannon Comedy on YouTube. And all these guys are in it. Keith Robinson's in it. Colin Quinn is in it. Bobby Kelly's in it.
I didn't know that.
Jim Norton is in it.
Wow.
And you can go to Mike Cannon Comedy, YouTube, subscribe. And it's called Life Begins or Life Ends or Open Life.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Afterlife.
what's it called? Hold on, I'll find it.
If we're plugging,
Fuck me.
I'm at
Life Begins.
Life
Sorry.
Begins because he had a kid or he's having a kid.
Yeah, something like that. And he's great. And by the way, both those guys are Tuesdays.
Oh, really?
They're listeners.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Praise Allah.
Yeah, Cannon, he listens. So
All right, Cannonberg. I'm at Gotham. I keep forgetting to plug it. I'm in your New York Tuesday. Come out next week. I'm doing Gotham all weekend.
what's the dates on that?
I believe it's February 3rd.
Because this is going to come out like the 4th.
Oh, shit. Dick Queef. Hold on. It's February 7th and 8th.
Okay.
Perfect. 7th and 8th. Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, perfect. Come on out. I need you. I don't know if those tickets are moving because I do so many shows in the city that people go, we can see that guy for $11. Why are we going to spend $40? But come out. See an hour.
Yeah, please do. Tell you what, speaking of New York, yesterday we talked about this a little bit. We saw each other. Yesterday was one of those days where I was just in the city for 13 hours
Yeah,
straight.
it happens.
The podcast, therapy, and the spots. This is a weird moment. I'm walking around all day on the phone. It's freezing out. I went to Whole Foods in Midtown, like 42nd and 6th. And I walked around I was on the phone, so I was like, I'll go get warm in here. And then I finished the phone call. I had a backpack on. I just went to the bathroom to piss, and then I just sat down on the toilet for about 20 minutes.
Sure, we got the phone there. It's not hard to do.
Send emails, the whole thing, but you're like, what kind of life? This is like an alternative lifestyle. I'm 37 years old, and I do well. I'm not some homeless person.
Sure, you're not stealing coats.
I make a living. This is my best option, was to sit on the toilet in a stall at Whole Foods. And you're like, this is, I don't know if it's sad or hilarious or a little bit of both.
A little bit of, well, that's what this city does to you. You got no personal space. You got no chair. You got no comfort. So when you got a toilet and your own stall, that's luxury, baby. In this town, you got a chair and a stall. That's pretty good. You got your own little entrapment here.
And it was weird because it was like a bisexual, men and women, unisex.
Oh, uni. Weird.
Yeah, so I forgot about that because I kind of sat in there, and I'm just sitting there doing emails and sending phone calls or whatever, and all of a sudden I just hear like, well, you better not come around here no more. And it was like a phone call. It was a lady that worked there.
Oh,
and she's
I
like,
see.
why are you calling me at work? I told you not to call me at work. And then she, the N-word was flying.
Sure.
And she's like, they on my ass here. I can't be on the phone. Stop calling. And you could hear him on the phone too.
Oh, wow. That's
And
a
he's
loud
like,
receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if it was speaker or what the hell was going
Might
on.
have been a fullback.
But I was like, what are you doing? You're going to get busted. She's
Right.
like, they on my ass in here. They watching me every move. She's like, you can't be calling me at work. And the guy was like, I'm just trying to check in. I just love you. And she's like, was everything all right? And he's like, everything's fine, I guess. Call me when you get a break. And I felt a little bad for the guy.
Yeah.
But I also get the woman, like she's on the floor, whatever, picking up asparagus, and the phone's vibrating.
I get it too, but maybe don't answer, you coos. Just leave it rolling.
I'll put it on silent.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
folks.
right.
Hello. Something happened there. Our card filled up. We don't know where we left off, so it
Yep.
probably is weird.
Yeah, but we're back. Come see me at Gotham. Go check out Renan. Check out Mike Cannon. I hope you heard that part.
I think it just happened.
All right.
So I looked down and said card was full. You got to keep in mind we are morons.
Yeah, technologically illiterate.
God, someday it's going to keep growing and we'll have a whole situation here.
Yeah, we need a big studio with an Asian gal and some cups of coffee and like a snack basket.
Yeah. I don't even know we need a big thing. Just like a person
A person would be nice.
that knows what they're doing. Shelby got a job, I think, or something.
Oh, really? What is he? Pushing snow or?
I don't know what he does, but he does something.
All right. He looks like the kid, who holds up the newspaper in the 40s. Extra, extra.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't you see a newsy cap on him?
Oh, he's got extra lips.
Yeah, he does. And you can see the paper spinning, and it just stops and says, like,
Yeah.
rapist caught or whatever.
Yeah. That's always good news.
Yeah. Catch those
Uh,
rapists, folks.
Yeah, we need another guy, but then you have to have a guy here.
Yeah, you don't want a guy here.
You got to schedule the thing. This is what works with us now. It's just I just come to your house. How
Right.
hard's that?
Pretty good.
So
Then I send the cards to Shelbo, and that's it. Easy peasy, Japanesey.
yeah, occasionally we're gonna have a little fuck up weird thing. But here's the thing: if you're at home, you don't even know.
Yeah, we're probably blowing it out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I might have been mid sentence and been like, I fucked her right in the, and then it just cuts to us being like, hey, so anyways, here we are. We're stupid.
Right. Yeah, well, we're trying to retrace our dicks here.
Yeah. We traced him, and now we got to retrace him.
Yeah.
You ever trace your dick?
I don't think I have. I put it in a plaster cast once.
No kidding.
Plaster of Paris.
How'd it come out?
Pretty small.
Wow, that'd be a nice gift for your wife,
You'd think, but I
It's
don't
like a
think
necklace.
She don't want another dick of me.
That's
I think
true.
she wants Idris Elba's dong or something.
Maybe I'll make her a dick
Please.
thing. Yeah.
I want to see the thumbprint.
I don't know if they'll come out in the plaster.
Oh, it's not that deep.
Because it's not like a braille situation. It's kind of smooth. It's almost like the credit card, the black strip.
What? That's no indent at all.
That's what I mean. It's not an indent. It's just a visual.
Oh, it's a decolorization.
Yes, exactly.
What?
Yes.
You sure that might not be a thumbprint? That might just be your born given.
No, it's as the lady said, contusion from masturbation.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like because it's right on the same spot. It just got dark.
Wow.
It's like black.
You keep it you get a tea every day, a cookie, and the thumb goes right there. You're very formulaic.
Well, it might be fading now. I also get like a pinky burn. Right when my pinky goes, my best nose picker, sometimes I'll get a little blister there because it's dry down there. The base is dry. And I've never been a lube guy. I'm a raw dog.
How about this? Last week, I got a zit. We're in our 30s. Every now and then you get a random zit. Do you still get a zit?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I've never seen you with a zit, I don't think.
Not too many zits.
No, I think you got a clean facial.
Yeah, that's when I got a few things going for me. Very few.
So I don't usually get a lot of zits, but I got one, and I got it right on the lower lip, and it looked like a herp, but it was a zit.
Uh-huh.
And I swear to God, but you feel like a fucking lunatic going, I swear to God, it's a zit. Everybody's going, sure. And you're like, no, I'm clean, baby.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh, it was tough. Then the more you fight it, the more they don't believe you, and you go down a fucking herpes spiral.
See, I'm the reverse. Women are like, what do you got, zits on your dick? I'm like, that's herpes, baby. That's the good stuff.
Right.
That's the strong stuff.
But it was bad because, it's a zit on your lip, and you can constantly feel it because when you move your lips, you can feel the pain of the zit.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept popping it because he just wanted it gone. And so now it's flaring up and scarring up and bubbling up with all this jizz and goo. And I had to do shows. I'm shaking hands after in Tampa, and people are going, this guy's a little active.
Yeah, people, life is tough. That's the thing about life.
But that's what's good about you. You got the herp daddy, and you don't get the lip stuff.
No lip, just the lip, just the dicks.
That's nice.
It's not bad. I mean, the dick, in the weird way, is better than the lips because it's horrific and scary, but
it's covered.
It's not showing up. Yeah,
Right. And it's a flare thing.
Yeah,
It only happens once in a blue herp.
Ric Flair. Woo!
I wonder if he had herpes. That'd be a nice. I got a flare up.
Yeah, I feel like he's got herpes for sure.
Yeah, he's got a lot of things.
He's the nature boy.
You got that right.
That's nature.
He had a purple fur coat, I'm sure.
So where else are you gonna be? You got Gotham and a bunch of other shit here.
Oh, I'm all over the road, Fatty. I'm at Nashville. I'm in St. Louis. Please come out to St. Louis. That's a wacky market. I'm in Chicago. I'm in Calgary. I'm in Tempe. I'm in Royal Oak, Michigan. All on the calendar. Kansas City, Oklahoma, Omaha, all one-nighters. Des Moines. I'm doing it, baby. I'm out there.
Yeah, so come see us, for God's sakes. Mark Norm Comedy, is that what it is?
Mark Norman Comedy.
Mark Norman Comedy, and then I'm at comedianjoelist.com. I got Omaha, Houston, Austin.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
even know.
we got all that. We got Vegas.
Tampa, Vegas, L.A.,
Oh, yeah.
Ann Arbor, the other one, Royal Oak.
Oh, boy, we're all right on each other's heels there, nipping.
We're working on a Portland, Maine at some point in the summer, and we're all out there, baby.
And we're working on an L.A. pod run. Maybe
Yes.
a West Coast up and down there with a little San Diego in the middle.
Yeah, and I'm recording my album at Village Underground, March 2nd.
Oh!
So you can come to that.
Let's sell that out, folks.
Get on that one. And I don't want too many gays there because I've seen the episode. So a few of you come and fake laugh because it's old material that I got to kind of relearn and tell again. So do that and get on the Patreon. There's some fresh bonuses up there. The first 174 episodes are up there, all the live ones.
You got that right.
Patreon is fucking rocking. I think we got one of the best Patreons, I have to say.
A lot of bonuses. Those live. Kreischer, Nikki Glazer, Chris D, Bennington, Giannis, you name it. All that good stuff is cooking.
Wolf,
Ari, what's her name?
A lot of Ari.
Corinne Fisher. Too much Ari. A lot of no's.
Donna Ari.
Yeah, but we're hooking and juking and kooking and cacking.
All right.
Is that it?
I think we got to wrap because I got to get to a spot, and this is now with the other one. I think we're over an hour here.
Oh shit! All right, well there you go, folks.
And
Thanks.
I got a hot spot.
All right, well praise Allah, and I'm gonna figure out how to send this all to the Shelby.
He'll be he's a master.
Yes, master race. That's what he always says. All right, thanks guys. Praise Allah, queef it up, and kiss your dad and eat out your mom.
Yeah. All right.
Suck their dicks.